Hello, and welcome to this week's story, The Snowman's Candy Cane. In your world, things are important. But what about the things that aren't important anymore? Well, sometimes those things end up here, in the magical land of Dilstonia, where little creatures called the Jifflings live on their little Jiffling ship. They find these things that we throw away and fish them out of their sea, so they can recycle them and put them to good use once again. And here they are now, ready to work. Eccentric young pumpkin.
Woo! I'm ever so excited.
The hedge, who is a very lazy Jiffling.
Like, hey man, is it time for bed yet?
Miss Katie, who loves fixing things and dressing up. Sometimes I like both together. Albert, the ship's gardener.
Hop-bay! Who's been into me cabbage patch like?
And Friedeline, a very sensible Jiffling who looks after everybody on the ship.
Yeah, that is correct. Oh.
Today on the ship, it is the most super-duper exciting Jiff-tacular day of the whole year. For today, it is Jiffmas Day.
Ho, ho, ho!
All the Jifflings are still asleep, dreaming of Father Jiffmas and the 7 magical mice who pull his sleigh. Then, gradually, 10 little Jiffling eyes began to peep open, and they sat up, stretching and yawning.
Good morning, and Merry Jiffmas. Well, Merry Jiffmas, Friedeline. I can't wait for Jiffmas Day to begin, which is good, because it begins right now. Huh.
Then, before anyone else had got out of bed, Albert leapt from under his duvet and darted towards the ship's chimney in search of the special presents Father Jiffmas had brought them.
Ooh, Albert, you're even more excited than I am. And I'm ever so excited. Ooh.
Well, he certainly was. But in all his Jiffmas excitement, Albert wasn't watching where he was going, and he flippity-tripped right into their fireplace, sending chimney soot everywhere and knocking some of the presents the Jifflings had made for each other right back up the chimney.
What is this dusty Jiffmas commotion?
Quickly, the Jiffs tumbled over to Albert, who was covered head to toe in black sooty mess. Albert, you're all dusty-musty, like an old cupboard.
Oh, never mind that, Jiffs. Look, here's Father Jiffmas's welly boot prints coming down the chimney, which means he must have brought me my new shovel.
So that's why Albert is so excited. Then he began rummaging around their Jiffmas tree in search of his gift.
Come on, Shovel. Don't be shy. Come out to play with Albert, aye? But we don't open presents from Father Jiffmas till after breakfast, man. And not until we have shared our gifts from each other.
And you've jiffled half of them back up the chimney? But Albert was just too excited to worry about that.
Well, not to fear, Jiffs. I'll get them down later, after I've opened my shovel. But I want to give my gift to Miss Katie first. I worked hard to make it, and now it's stuck up the chimney.
And I really want to see Friedeline's face when she opens up the gift I made for her.
Perhaps you should wait, Albert. But what about my shovel?
Oh goodness, that really was quite the outburst. Then Albert plonked down onto the floor in a little huff, puffing up the soot into a big cloud of gruffly huftiness.
Mercy, Albert. Now there is the dirty soot everywhere. This is not the magical Jiffmas morning.
Then Albert sighed.
I'm sorry, Friedeline. I'm just really looking forward to getting my favouriteest ever present.
It's okay, Albert. Getting presents is nice, but sometimes giving someone else a gift is even better. That's very wise, Miss Katie. But you all know that sound means an object which was lost or thrown away on Earth has found its way into your net. So now you'll have to sooty-footly jiffle over and heave it in. The object landed on deck with a tiding of comfort and joy. It was curved at the top and coloured red and white all over.
I think that's a pillow catcher, man. So I can slumbery snore from Boxing Day until Easter.
Well, that would be quite the snooze hedge. But then young Pumpkin stepped forward, for he knew just what the object was. He jingle-belled up onto the story seat, and then he began his tale.
This is the Snowman's candy cane, and my old gruffly horse riding instructor, Mony Tony Pony, told me all about it. Once upon a Jiffmas time, in a chilly and wintry country called Canada,
Yeah, buddy!
there lived a very contented snowman called Leon. He was round and chilly, with a long shiny candy cane in his hand, and he was made from the very finest snow in the very nicest town, where everybody always had everything they ever needed.
Oh boy, I sure do love being me, buddy. Just look at all these fine winter coats and scarves I have, Guy. Yeah!
In fact, they often had too much of everything.
Oh, Guy, what am I going to do with all these extra winter coats and scarves? It sure is tough being me sometimes, buddy.
Well, when Leon heard things like that, he would reach out and tippy-tap the person on the shoulder with his candy cane, holding out his big snowy hand.
I know someone who's been a very good little snowman this year, and definitely deserves some shiny new things. Me!
And so, whenever anyone had extra things, they would just give them to Leon, dressing him in all sorts of fine clothes and scarves and hats, so he looked like a most refined snow gentleman. Then, when the sun went down, Leon would proudly boast to all his nighttime friends.
Oh, hello there, Arctic Puffin. Check out my special new winter scarf. It's wonderfully woolly, you know. Oh, and hey there, Mr. Narwhal. Feast your gaze upon my 4th winter coat of the season, why don't you? It's terribly toasty.
Now, one night, Leon was pulling on his latest special outfit when he saw a young girl approaching. And, thinking she was coming to give him more presents, he excitedly reached out and tapped her on the shoulder with his candy cane.
Oh, hello, young lady. Time for my present, is it? I bet it's going to be snow-tastic.
But no present came. So Leon tried prodding the girl again with his cane.
Young lady, I say, I think it's time for my present, don't you?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Replied the girl.
I don't have a present for you, I'm afraid. I can't really afford to buy people presents.
Then Leon noticed the young girl wasn't wearing any gloves or scarf or any coat, even though it was colder than icicles in January.
Oh, I thought everyone in town had everything they could ever want.
Well, some people do, but not everyone.
Then Leon felt like a rather selfish snowman. So he put down his candy cane and took off his toasty winter coat and gloves and scarf and passed them to the girl.
You know, strictly speaking, snowmen are better off cold anyway. Why don't you have these?
Oh, thank you, Leon. These are nice and toasty.
Then, as Leon watched the girl skip happily away, he felt a funny feeling that he'd never had when he was just receiving gifts. He felt nice and special on the inside at helping someone else. In fact, he felt so good he forgot all about his candy cane lying in the snow, because now he thought that although it was nice to receive gifts, it was just as nice to give them to other people. And now the candy cane is here.
So how can we Jiffs reuse it? That's a good question, Miss Katie. Then Albert stepped forwards.
Well, I think we should use the candy cane as a hook so I can reach up into the chimney and rescue everybody's gifts that I accidentally knocked back up there.
Ah, what a thoughtful thing to do, Albert. So all the Jifflings helped to sweep up, whilst Albert used the candy cane to hook the missing presents back down so they could exchange them. Miss Katie had made Friedeline a Tuesday organiser to help organise her Tuesdays. And Hedge gave Miss Katie a glittery toolbox that he had made from a yummy biscuit tin. And, do you know, Albert did get his special shovel as well. Then, after so much lovely Jiffmassy fun, the Jiffs were all tuckered out. So they yawned, thanked Father Jiffmas, and then it was time for bed.
Ho, ho! What was it again? Oh, yes. Ho!
Good night, young pumpkin.
Good night.
Good night, Albert.
Why, I'll see you in the morning, like.
Good night, Friedeline.
And it is a good night. Yeah.
Good night, Miss Katie. Night-night. Good night, Hedge. Hedge? Oh, I think the hedge is asleep already. And goodbye to you, wherever you are. Maybe next time you see a thing that you might throw away, you'll stop and see if you can use it again, just like our friends the Jifflings. And maybe the thing you use again will have a story to tell too. Goodbye. Thank you for listening to Bottleship. For all the parents listening, if you'd like to, you can donate to the show at patreon.com/Bottleship. And as a thank you, we'll send your child a personalised audio message from the Jifflings. And for all the children listening, if you enjoyed the show, please leave a review and share the podcast with your friends. We've had some lovely reviews this week, haven't we, Jifflings?
Totally, man. Like this one. It says, "Hello, my name is Nick. My favourite Jiff is Hedge. And my favourite episode is the boomerang. Please make an episode about a goat's woolly jumper. Thanks, man." Ooh, that's a great idea for a story, Nick. Thank you. Aye, and we've had this review too. It says, "Hi, Jifflins. My favourite character is Albert because he is funny, but he makes me laugh because he has a funny voice when he talks. I wish there was an episode called The Fish's Scale because I love fishing. From Harry." Ah, well, that is the fantastic review, Harry. And the great idea for the story too. Oh, thank you.
That's right. And we had this review too, from New Zealand. It says, "Hello, my name is Freya and I live in New Zealand and I listen to your podcast when I go to bed. My favourite Jiffling is all of you guys because you're all unique. I love your podcast. Love, Freya. P.S. I'm going to give you 100 out of 5.
Like, thank you, Freya. That is a lovely review, man.
Ja, und thank you to everyone who emailed or left us a review. We always love to hear from you all.
Yes, we do, Friedeline. So please remember to leave us a review wherever you listen to podcasts. And if you'd like to send us an email, please send it to thejifflings@gmail.com. Thanks again, and we'll bring you more exciting adventures with our friends the Jifflings very soon. Goodbye.